Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. I'm Nur Ayundi Rahmiti Yahya. I'm final year student of Food Science and Technology, and today I'm going to present regarding my final year project on effect heat treatment on antioxidant properties of brinjals, or known as Solanum melanchana. I'm being supervised by Madam Nur Aisyah binti Ismail. Alright, next, as you guys can see, here's my outline that I'm going to present today regarding my final year project. Alright, firstly we move to the introductions. According to my research, brinjal is a substantial crop in subtropical and tropical plants that cultivated widely in regions of India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, China and Philippines. The size, shapes and colors of brinjals vary depending whether it is grown in tropical, subtropical or temperate zone. The phenolic components of brinjal constitute it as one vegetable with high oxygen radical scavenging capacity. Brinjal contains very low calories and large protein content. Different vitamins, minerals such as iron, calcium, potassium, and diet fibers, as well as number of bioactive phytochemicals that are required by human body. Due to their known biological activity, the major phenolic components of brinjals have shown to be highly beneficial for human health and could potentially used as the treatment of several metabolic and cardiovascular diseases. In addition, brinjal was included as top 10 healthiest vegetables, low in calories, high in phenolic contents that helpful in radical absorbing capacity. According to highly potent antioxidants such as ascorbic acid and phenolic are found in brinjal, some studies have demonstrated that skin extract from brinjals are highly effective in scavenging superparasite radicals and can inhibit the formation hydroxyl radicals. Currently, brinjal is demanding high interest from consumers and researchers worldwide because of its health benefits. The presence of the bioactive primarily phenolates contribute to the beneficial effects of brinjals. Two different skin colors of brinjals was used in the studies, such as purple and green. This study includes to analyze the effective heat treatments give the highest antioxidant as to the control brinjal which is raw. And lastly, heat treatment also may reduce phenolic content and antioxidant activity in the brinjal. We move to the problem statement and the significance of the study. Firstly, the problem statement of the study is heat treatment causes a decrease of phenolic compounds, but the concentrations of phenol also may increase in comparison to the fresh plant materials. Secondly, alteration in the antioxidants of brinjal by thermodegradation, leaching or oxidations. And lastly, the problem statement is the total phenolic content of control, which is the untreated sample, was significantly lower than air frying consists of higher total polyphenol content of brinjals. And then besides the significance of the study is to analyze the effect of boiling, air frying and stir frying on antioxidant properties of purple brinjal and green brinjals. Secondly, identifying the heat treatment methods that favor the greatest phenolic content and antioxidant activity in different skin colors of brinjals. And lastly, observe the amount of antioxidant loss in the different skin color of brinjals. The skin color of the brinjals is purple and green. This study aims to determine the effect of heat treatments on the phenolic content and antioxidant activities in brinjal fruit. Secondly is to compare the heat treatment methods maximize the phenolic content and antioxidant activities in brinjal fruit. The research questions of the study: firstly, what are the effects of heat treatments on the phenolic content and antioxidant activity of the brinjals? And secondly, which of the following heat treatments gives the highest antioxidant activity? Alright, next we move to the literature review. Brinjal is a warm season plant that grows effectively in full sun that prefers moist, well-drained, fertile, sandy and loamy soil with pH 5.5 until 6.8. Seeds are employed for propagation and germination, occurs between 8 until 12 days. In approximately 105 until 133 days, the fruit might be harvested. The brinjal comes in variety shapes ranging from egg to large club shape, and their color range from yellowish white to green and almost dark purple hue. They cultivated in tropical, subtropical, and temperate zone. The cultivar type has substantial influence on the brinjal's colors, size, and shapes. Brinjal include all the necessary vitamins, minerals, fiber, protein, and antioxidant. The compositions and characteristics of brinjals are, affected by cultivation techniques, and then season, maturity level, and storage conditions. The storage conditions, for example, the temperatures during the storage conditions might be influence the quality of the brinjals, the quality, the color, the quality of the color also may influence of the brinjals. And then we move to the mechanism of antioxidant action. Antioxidant may reduce oxidative damage directly by reacting to free radicals or indirectly. There are two mechanisms of antioxidant actions, which are primary and secondary. Firstly, the primary antioxidants are to aim in scavenge the free radicals. For example, the primary antioxidants donating hydrogen atoms or electrons by converting them into more stable compound which inhibits or delay the oxidations. The free radical that defined as an atom or molecule with one or more electrons which are unpaired in valence shell or outer orbit that capable in independently existence. Primary antioxidants play a critical role in preventing oxidative stress by reducing the free radicals by damage the tissue. For instance, infection and heat injuries could disrupt the oxidative phosphorylation electron transport chains that causes excess of reactive oxygen species. And then the second mechanism is secondary antioxidant. Secondary antioxidants exhibit various mechanisms of action, such as metal ion binding, oxygen scavenging, hydroperoxide conversion to non-radical species, UV radiation absorption, or single oxygen deactivation. According to Ambrogi, frequently used combination with primary antioxidants to provide synergistic stabilization effect. The hydroperoxide inhibit the breakdown of hydroperoxides into highly reactive alkoxy and hydroxy radicals. In order to protect the cells of the brinjals of the vegetable, primary antioxidant is naturally produced by the body, and secondary is produced by the human diet. Therefore, Antioxidants in brinjal can be categorized as secondary antioxidants because it is a plant food. As I can summarize, primary antioxidants is is more preference for the human, and secondary antioxidants is for plant. And then three heat treatment method will be used in were used in the studies. Firstly is boiling at 150 degrees C for 5 minutes, and then air frying at 150 degrees C for 15 minutes, which are known as medium cook. And lastly, I have used methods of stir frying at 170 degrees C for 10 minutes. And lastly, the analysis on antioxidants of properties. Three analyses were conducted. Firstly is total phenolic content, TPPH radical scavenging activities, FREP assay or antioxidant activities in the brinjal. Alright, I will explain about the methodology for the study. Firstly, the sample was being prepared, uh, that been cut into small pieces with 1 centimeter thickness and divided into 4 portions for different thickness. The 4 portions contribute, 1 for the raw and 3 others is for heat treatments, boiling, stir frying and air frying. Next, the sample undergo the heat treatment for boiling, air frying and stir frying. And then the sample was dried at negative 50 degrees C for 48 hours. Why I used to choose freeze drying? Because according to my readings, freeze drying may retain the antioxidant properties in the brinjals. And antioxidants is a heat sensitive. For example, if I use oven drying in this method, in the study, the samples might lose almost all the antioxidants in the brinjals. The brinjals already undergo the heat treatments, and then the brinjals will then the brinjals have to undergo once again heating method, and then that might be contribute to the loss of the antioxidant. And the sample was grind and sieve, and then after grind and sieve, the sample was extract. Firstly, 400 ml of methanol was mixed with 25 gram of brinjal, and then shake in for 24 hours in the incubator shaker. The solution was extract under pressure 337 kilopascal, and the temperature was used is 50 degrees C by rotavat. And lastly, the sample was analyzed under using UV spectroscopy, and the three analysis on the brinjals was conducted. Firstly is determination on total phenolic content, that the method from singleton, and then determination radical scavenging activity by utilizing the PPH method, which are the method of arming, and lastly FREP acid identification in brinjals. Firstly, the analysis on total phenolic content. The total phenolic content of brinjal extract were estimated using following chemical reagent. The absorbance was measured at 725 nanometer after 2 hours of incubators. According to the result, the purple brinjal was range 9.47 until 34.47 on raw weight basis, and 4.81 until 33.20 for green brinjal. From the tabulate data and the graph, we can observe the while purple heating treatment method was the highest phenolic contents, and the stir fry is the lowest phenolic content between the heat treatment. As we can observe, purple brinjal employ the highest phenolic content, lower than green boy brinjal. Raw brinjal, of course, we all know, may consist of higher antioxidants, highest phenolic content between the heat treatment. And raw brinjal exhibits significantly difference higher than the other heat treatment except for stir-fried brinjal, stir-fried purple brinjal, and air-fried green brinjal. And no significant difference for the between the phenolic content of stir-fried purple brinjal and air-fried green brinjal. And I can summarize that if the consumer consume of stir-fried purple brinjal and air-fried green brinjal, they might obtain the same phenolic content as there are no significant difference of these two methods. And I would recommend to the consumer to consume boiling method instead of consume raw brinjal. Next, the second analysis on DBPH. DBPH is to measure the total radical scavenging activity of the brinjal extract that estimated using ascorbic acid. The standard curve is based on percentage of DBPH radical scavenging activity that been observed, that been measured, the absorbance at 570 nanometer after 30 minutes incubated. The degree this calculation is an indication of the scavenging capacity of the extract. As example, the orange of the, for example, orange, yellowish, or others. According to the tabular data and the graph showed, we can observe the printer ranging from 71.75 until 89.96 for purple brinjal, and 80.61 until 87.92 for green brinjals. And stir-fried brinjal exhibit the higher percentage of DPPH radical scavenging than raw brinjals. This methods was contribute to the both of the color brinjals. This is due to the phenolic content of the palm oil that I use during the stir-fried stir-fry of the brinjal. The palm oil is potent of antioxidants that might contribute to higher percentage of DPPH radical scavenging. And I can recommend for the consumer to consume stir-fried brinjal when stir-fried brinjal, a stir-fried method, as to as they can also obtain percentage of the radical scavenging activity instead of consume raw brinjal. Lastly, the last analysis is on FRAP. FRAP is to determine the antioxidant activity by comparing the absorbance of brinjal extract to a standard curve of raw lots of known concentrations. The analysis is to measure the antioxidant power based on reduction of low pH ferric into intense blue color of ferrous (TBTZ). purple brinjal was ranging 34.91 until 68.72 on purple brinjal and 27.76 until 63.88 for green brinjal. Alright, next is the last analysis on FRAP. FRAP also, we can observe the result consists of the highest antioxidant and the highest activity, antioxidant activity is boiling method for the heat treatment. Raw brinjals, of course, you all know, will show the highest activity because of the antioxidant content. Boiling method is the highest activity, maybe due to the cooking time and temperature used for the heating treatment. Raw brinjal exhibits significant difference higher than the other heat treatment except for stir-fried green brinjal and air-fried green brinjals. And lastly, there was no significant difference between the phenolic content of stir-fried purple brinjals and air-fried green brinjal. And as I can summarize from this analysis, consumer, I will recommend to consume boiling method instead of consume raw brinjal. As I can conclude from this study, the objective of the study to determine the effect antioxidant properties in brinjal based on 3 different heat treatment methods such as boiling, air frying, and stir frying was successfully determined. As commercially, raw brinjal is the best to consume, but among the heat treatment methods also can contribute to the antioxidant benefit for the consumer. Firstly, the total phenolic content consists of boiling method for DPPH, stir fry method, and lastly for FRAP antioxidant activity. The method is also boiling, as similar with the total phenolic content. Overall, the finding of this study may help people on the choice of cooking methods that can improve and avoid the loss of antioxidant benefits for the consumer. And therefore, the objective of the study to compare the heat treatment methods that maximize of the phenolic content and antioxidants activity in brinjals also was successfully accomplished. For the further analysis, I will recommend the researcher to determine the approximate analysis of the brinjals that comprise the moisture content, ash content, protein, fat, and fiber, and then analyze the anthocyanin content of the brinjal when the heat treatment is applied. And lastly, comparing from matte oven drying method with freeze drying in determining the antioxidant properties of the brinjal. There are references I use for along this study. And lastly, the Gantt charts for my journey in completing my final year project in determining effect heat treatment on antioxidant properties of the brinjals. Alright, that's all from me. Thank you for your time and considerations. Bye. Assalamualaikum.